Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He is a fintech and AI CMO who keeps it human. I love that, Mr. Edwin. Of course, Mr. Edwin Endlich. Welcome,
Hi.
welcome. Welcome,
Great.
welcome, Mr. Edwin on Book 101 Review. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, I'm Edwin, and I started my career as a TV writer in New York, and just fell in love with telling great stories, and ended up moving into marketing, where I just moved up from a writer all the way up to a CMO now, and so I'm
Mm.
at Wish, which is a fintech life insurance company that tells some pretty amazing stories with kind of how we think people need to be protecting their future, and all the crazy stories we hear of what people want to protect in their future is pretty amazing. And so my job is just tell great stories, make sure that the company is as easy to understand as possible. So of course, books and literature played a big role in what I do every day.
Definitely. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. And hoping for more and more empowering business to come. And today, let's talk about AI with a soul. How technology can make finance more human. Ah, interesting, Mr. Edwin. So tell us, the phrase AI with a soul seems like a contradiction. How do you reconcile the cold, logical nature of algorithms with the warmth of human centric values like empathy and trust?
Yeah, I definitely think that AI has the potential to give us our soul back, the parts that we've lost over the past couple generations. So I don't believe it's really the AI that's going to bring the soul back as much as it is that AI is going to bring us the freedom and the time to act more human than we've ever been. I think so many of us go through our lives saying we feel like we're a robot, just going through a monotonous activity all day. Well, now there are going to be robots that do that for us. So I think the remainder of our time is going to be spent being a much more human and have our soul be much more important than it's ever been.
Indeed. So, what is the ultimate human problem in finance that you believe so less technology has exacerbated, and how does your vision of AI special to solve it?
Sure. I think that I'm a nerd about finance, obviously, but I always love that some of our oldest things as a species has to do with financial transactions, whether it's the clay tablets that are found in Sumeria, whether it's the cave scratches. A lot of these things are people recording trade, people writing down what they're owed, things like that. Financial transactions are as old as time. So I believe that there is something incredibly human about our finances, which is strange maybe, but I do think that as time has evolved, we've made that transaction less human. Whether it's we've stopped really knowing the person that we're doing a transaction with, back in the day, whether it was the store owner and the customer, they had a relationship that went back years. They may have gone to school together. They knew the names of each other's children. They knew the problems that each other had and could work with them financially through any challenges that they had. We don't really have that anymore. But I believe AI can help us get back to a place where when we transact with someone else, they're going to have a lot more information of who we are and what we're going through. So that transaction can actually feel more human than it's ever been.
For decades, tech in finance has been about speed and cost cutting. How do you measure the ROI of a more human financial experience?
I think in the future, people will be looking at how how pleasant the experience is to transact with someone is going to become more and more important now that AI is here. AI is going to be able to take a lot of the, annoying parts of a transaction out of the way, whether that's, can I afford this? Your AI assistant will be able to tell you whether you can or not. How will the payments be structured? Your AI will tell you exactly the best payment structure based on your income. So I believe that the human part of a transaction is what's going to be most important to people. So whether that's the customer service you get, whether that's the environment in which you're making this transaction, will need to be calm, relaxing, high-end experience that people crave. I believe those are the things that are going to be more and more important in the future.
Can AI ever truly be empathetic, or is it just getting better at mimicking empathy?
I believe it's the second. I believe it can only just get better at mimicking empathy. AI right now is really just a predictive word model. It's just predicting what the next word in a sentence should be based on training data. That's all it's doing. It's not thinking, it's not feeling, it's not really caring about who you are and what you're going through. It is making a mathematical projection of what the most likely word should come next in this sentence based on all the data it's been trained on. So right there, I feel like it will be a very long time before there is true empathy in that algorithm.
Practical applications and mechanics. One of the biggest barriers in finance is jargon. How can AI act as a universal translator, not between languages, but between complex financial data and a person's simple life goals?
Yeah, I think that is really going to be the best part of what AI can do for us in the future is exactly that. It's going to be able to cut through all the jargon and all the complex ways that the financial industry has made it difficult for people to make and understand what a transaction they're going through. I believe predatory actions have been part of the financial system for way too long. And I think it's taking advantage of people not understanding what they're agreeing to. AI is going to change that. Whether it's being able to tell you in very human, simple terms, the terms and conditions you've just clicked I accept to, all the way down to really understanding how your mortgage rate, let's say you selected a variable mortgage, it will really help define that for you in very simple, easy to understand terms relative to your life. It'll actually take the numbers of your exact mortgage and start talking you through. Do you know in 3 years that payment is going to be like this? And that interest rate is going to be this. And that means you'll be paying this. So, all things that a lot of times the financial system has held up as a little bit of pride in how complex we've made it, because that requires you to use so many experts and trust us. We know what's right for you. I believe AI is going to help bring that more into the power of the customer by really explaining to them very simply the transaction they're about to take in.
Tell us, delivering industry leading insurance solutions that fuel growth. What is all about, Mr. Edwin?
Yeah, so at Wish, we are all about bringing, financial protection, which right now we define as insurance, as you can imagine, but financial protection to everyone, and making it accessible to all. We started as a life insurance company here in New York City. We are now available around the country. And what we were able to do was to not only provide people a life insurance policy, very traditional, how people have done it in the past, with understanding who you are, asking some health questions, and being able to give you a policy that's right for you. But we've also built a new product that allows any financial institution to add free life insurance to their customers just for being a customer of theirs. So just imagine you have a savings account and it comes with free life insurance added right to your savings account. Wish is proud to be the engine that allows that to happen. So that's really where we feel like we are leading the insurance industry. We're allowing customers to have access to life insurance when they maybe, because of health issues in the past, have never been able to get it. Now they can, thanks to Wish. And we're also giving financial institutions who are looking for new ways to talk to their customers and show that they care. This is another way that they can do that. So I feel like it's a win-win for everybody.
Win, 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 indeed. So, Mr. Adrian, tell us what's the big difference of other insurance that available in our market today?
Yeah, I think that, the world today, especially with life insurance, has always traditionally been something that you felt, at least in my life, I always felt life insurance is what my dad had. It's what my grandparents told me I should have, and just never really felt all that accessible to me. I thought it was going to probably be really expensive. I thought they were going to ask a lot about my life that I didn't want to talk about in terms of my health history, my family's health history. I'm like, I don't want to track things down. And so, what we really set out to do with Wish is to change that paradigm and to really make it as easy and simple for people to apply for life insurance. And whether that's in an all digital experience where they just answer a few health questions, they don't have to get a doctor's visit, they don't have to submit a blood test, things that really seem very antiquated, still exist today. We really decided to kind of push against that and do something different. So we really do think we're doing things a little bit different at Wish.
To make accessible for everyone, for sure. So, can you give an example of how an AI could anticipate a person's financial hardship and proactively offer a humane, helpful solution before they even have to ask?
I think that even just what you've described is the story people are working towards. They are looking for technology to anticipate challenges that you're going to face, help you see them ahead of time so that you can navigate through them. That is the gold standard of AI and fintech. And so we are working constantly with new AI platforms to understand what customers are challenged by and how AI could see some of those challenges coming. So whether that's, like you said, financial challenges are coming down the line, whether your spending is way higher than your income, can an AI help proactively give you some suggestions based on your spending habits where you can make some adjustments? And I think it'll even go down to make some nudges in real time once we have wearable tech and things like that, where you'll get an alert right in your glasses when you're making a purchase saying you actually only need two of those, not three. Things like that that will help you make real time financial decisions that are right for you. But just like anything, you'll be able to hit silence or no thanks on the side of your glasses and continue to make those bad decisions if you want to. But I do believe there will be a time where our personal artificial intelligence assistant is going to be one of our most important financial tools.
Mr. Edwin, how can AI embody the wisdom of the best, most ethical financial planners and make it a level of personalized guidance accessible to someone who can't afford a traditional advisor?
Yeah, this is going to be so interesting in the future as AI trains on all the ways that hedge funds and mutual funds and all of the financial experts in the world are making decisions every day. And only AI is going to be powerful enough to harness all that data and really parse through it to understand how are they making these decisions? What was the great decisions that financial experts were making and what were the bad ones? And why was one good and why was one bad? To actually come up with a very simple algorithm for financial wellness. And I think that that is going to make it very challenging for the financial world in the future to sit back and say that they're going to do what they've always done, because an algorithm can do that. People in the financial industry are going to be required to be incredibly innovative. Think outside of the box. What has the AI not learned yet? Is what your value will be based on in the financial industry. So I believe people will have access to some of the brightest minds of the past to make their financial decisions. But and I think financial institutions are going to need to be focused on the future.
Mr. Edwin, human bankers and lenders have implicit biases. How can we design and train AI to not only avoid these biases but actively work to correct historical financial inequities?
I think that the challenge with AI is that it is learning from human behavior. And that a lot of the learnings it's pulling in is the biases that we've brought to the world up to this point. So the challenge is that not how do we make AI uh, without bias? We've already made AI with bias. So now we have to. So, in every way, a financial institution that works with an AI has to proactively put into its programming the ability to parse through some of the human bias it's been trained on. So whether it's the name of the applicant is not an important aspect of their financial life. Those are things that people have been using to judge someone. So whether that they have a foreign last sounding name, things like that, people are bringing a lot of baggage to it. Whether it's the city they're from, people are bringing a bias to whether that city is full of people who are good with their money or bad with their money. People are bringing a lot of bias, and sadly, AI is learning that bias. It is not something that is just sitting within the human experience. It has absolutely been infused in AI's learning today. So I think that we need to be much more aware that AI is already biased. It has learned all of the bad habits that we have as people. And if we want to change that, we need to actively and proactively build algorithms and build firewalls within our existing AI that eliminate bias.
If a soulful AI denies someone a loan, how can explain its decision in a way it's transparent, educational, and does not feel like a final inhuman judgment?
I think that the ability for AI to give you much more information about a financial decision is the future. I believe that right now, let's see, a large bank is not able to give every applicant for a credit card a detailed description of what the problems were with their application that caused a denial, even though they may, from a regulatory perspective, have to share a certain amount of details about what the problem was. I believe AI will be able to really go in depth and say, of your past 6 payments, you were late over 30 days for 3 of them. You are spending 48% of your credit limit. That is a little too high for us. We'd like to see that more at 25%. Or you have over 4 credit cards that you've opened and closed within a year. For us, that's a history that doesn't feel like you're going to enter a long term relationship with our bank, so we're going to pass at this point. Things like that are what AI are going to be able to do for us when we're entering into transactions. It'll be able to get into much more detail on the decisions it's making versus, like you said, getting just a very impersonal form letter from your bank saying, "We apologize, but you have been denied a loan." And that's it. That's all you hear. You don't know why, you don't know how. I also believe that AI will be able to talk to you in a way that will help you even make improvements to your credit score, help you make the correct financial decisions so that your next application is successful. I believe right now a financial institution is not providing that sort of information to us when they deny us a loan or when they turn us down for a credit card. They are really only interested in that they dodged a bullet for as you as a customer. They're not trying to help you become a better financially well individual for other financial institutions in the future.
Interesting indeed, Mr. Edwin. As a Chief Marketing Officer, President of the National Alliance, what are your short term and long term goals?
Yeah, we have a lot of goals at WISH and at NAFLE, which is the National Alliance for Financial Literacy and Inclusion. So I really jump back between, my day job, which is to, help people find financial protection and bring financial protection to everyone who needs it. And then on the side, I am the president of NAFLE, which is a not-for-profit that's really engaged with trying to help people understand their finances better. And we believe that AI can really help move the needle forward. So our goals are pretty similar on both sides of WISH and for NAFLE. Both is to utilize new technology to make transactions easier and more transparent. Those are my two big goals.
Good luck to your goals, Mr. Edwin, and looking forward for more success. And what would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
I think I wonder is does anyone want to be like me? I don't know. Let's
There
assume they
is,
do.
for sure.
Um, I think the biggest thing I do every day is try something new. I try, especially when it comes to AI, I try to use it in a different way every day. Just one little thing I test to see, can it take a if I took a photograph of my fridge, can it plan my week's meals? Every day I try to just do a little test. So I think that really helps me understand where we are in our technology right now today. I think a lot of people are using, technology films and demos that are released by tech as what the capabilities of that platform are, when that's not really the day-to-day use. So I really do try to really get engaged with new platforms and try them every day, sign up for a 7-day trial and have fun for 7 days and then cancel, and keep doing that so that I'm always up to speed on what platforms can and can't do.
Yes, indeed. And thank you for that advice. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Yeah, my journey, as and part of my journey has also included over the past, 2 years, I took the challenge of reading the 100 greatest books of all time, and I'm only 67 through right now after 2 years, which is great for me. But I have had a chance to just like really read a lot of the classics that I avoided when I was a kid and thought were really boring. I now read them with a new lens as an adult. And I would say one that really stood out to me was the first one I read on the list, which was Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Uh,
Yes.
and I think it ties really well into where we are today in the world. Not so much that we've created a monster with AI, but more just how we misremember the story. When I read Frankenstein, I was one of those people who thought Frankenstein is the name of the monster. When
Yes.
no, that's not true. Frankenstein is uh, the Dr. Frankenstein who created the monster. He is the
Yes.
creator. I thought that Frankenstein was this lumbering, very slow thinking beast, when in fact it's very eloquent and very human and craves empathy. All things that what I thought Frankenstein was actually about, it was much more human than I thought it was. And I think that's actually parallel to what's going on today with artificial intelligence, that I think we're calling artificial intelligence the job killer, the Skynet end of the world from Terminator. That is what AI is. But then our day-to-day usage, especially with something like a chat GPT, is very polite and very nice, and it's a pleasant experience. And I
Yes.
think we're kind of disarmed that the way people are talking about technology today is very harsh and very aggressive and very scary. And our actual experience with technology now is actually very pleasant and very simple and not scary. And I think that that is a disconnect that I really learned from Frankenstein. And I think that's kind of helped me on my journey, especially with tech.
Thank you for that recommendation, Mr. Edwin. Thank you for that recommended book. So, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season. I'm a baby podcast. Law 101 and Mental Health 101. Love Letters in third season. And Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in fourth season. And Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So if this movement is widely successful, what is the one world feeling person will have when interacting with their financial life and feeling that is largely absent today?
I would say people are going to feel uh, trustworthy with their financial transactions that they're doing, that they're going to trust that they understand what they're doing, and they're going to trust that that financial institution is going to deliver what they've promised.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Edwin Edlich, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. Hoping for more and more empowering business to come. So, Mr. Edwin, can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your business, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Yeah, I encourage, if people are interested in financial protection, to come and check out wish.com. That's wish with a Y, so WYSH.com, to learn more about that. If you're interested in the not for profit financial space and helping people get more educated about their financial lives, please visit nafli.org. That's NAFLI.org.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Edwin Edlich because if you support him, for sure, more and more empowering business advocacy to come. So, Mr. Edwin, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
More to come, people. See you soon.